Hey, I'm KIC and welcome to Judgment Apocalypse Survival Simulation. This is a brand new game available on Steam in early access from Suncrash, and I have to thank Suncrash for providing me with the review key that we're using to play this game. Here's the first part of the game, a little bit of storyline and some tutorials. Let's go ahead and dive into things. While out camping, 4 of you were attacked by a single powerful creature. Together you barely managed to take it down, but Ned didn't make it. Poor Ned. All around, more red eyes told of awful things looming in the shadows. You grabbed your supplies and made your way back to town only to find it has been overrun, burning under a red sky. The real apocalypse has begun, and I say real because that's capitalized. 3 of you made your way to a nearby hidden valley that you used to hike to. It seems safe for now. You should set up camp. Start with a shelter, a place to eat, and rest. Build a log cabin with a food table and a bed. Now, I'm gonna pause. Clearly, this is a kind of colony building, etc. type survival game, and I'm just looking to see where all of the various resources are on the map, and I am seeing a few problems, and we're just going to have to deal with them because this is the random world we have been dealt with. So let's go ahead and queue some stuff up. I want to kind of click through a couple of these because, well, I don't need to read. Oh, wrong one. I don't want that. I want a log cabin. Because some of these things I have read a billion times, and they're just telling you what to do to build stuff. So obviously, I'm just clicking on something and building it. We need to build near the well. The reason for that is because we're going to need water before too long. We need water for drinking. We also need water for farming, which we are going to get to shortly. So it's best in the early game if you limit how much distance you're having to cover by actually building near a well. So we're going to go ahead and chop those trees down, and then... we can't really do that, so never mind that. Let's quarry some stone. We're going to tag that to get it ready. So basically, as I was saying, this is essentially a colony simulation game. So if you played something like Dwarf Fortress, RimWorld, Planet Base, man, I don't know. There are a bunch of different kinds of games in those kind of ideas. Then you kind of have an idea of what we're doing here. So I'm going to go ahead and put a bed down. That is one of the things we're going to need right away. You can see it's going to take 30 scraps out of the 145 we have, 5 of our 10 boards, and all 10 of our wool. So we're going to pop that guy down. Someone will build that, and then we need a food table. If you don't build a food table, your folks can't eat. It's that simple. We need to take a look at people right away here. Oh, no, Greg's going to do it. Never mind. It's going to say we need to see what is going on because... we need to figure out who is going to do stuff, but, well, let's go ahead and take a look at that right now. So we have Maria. She's busy chopping a tree. She's into the occult thanks to her alien abductee kind of thing going on here. You can see if we hover over it. Oh, yeah, I know. We're going to need to learn to farm. I'll come back to that in just a second. Now, let's see. You can see she gets bonuses for occult science crafting and -1 for farming. I'm not quite sure how being an alien abductee sets those particular things, but whatever. And then, oh, look at that. He's an addict. -1 crafting, farming, and health, but more energy. That's good. But +2 farming and -2 combat and -20 energy, which I don't understand the logic on that. I realize it's a game. It doesn't need to make sense because if you want to talk from a technical standpoint, this right here is literally wrong. But whatever. We're playing a video game. We're not talking about reality. And he's an engineer, so he's good at building. And then Betty over here is just agile. So, looks like Greg is going to be our farmer, and then these two are probably going to be our... I don't know, if he gets a point in combat, does that put him at 0? Is he technically at -1 right now? I don't know. Well, Maria and Betty are going to be our fighters for the most part, so we need to build some more stuff. As the game said, we need to build, not a workbench, we need an experiment table. An experiment table you can think of as your science station. This is where you're going to do research. Greg's going to put that together, and then someone, you know what, here, let's look at their priorities. You like to craft, you like to build, farm, quarry, and mine, and you like to craft, fetch water, and train. So I think Maria here is going to stop what she's doing. Yep, I know, you have needs. And she's going to end up going over there. Yep, see, there you go. She's going to go eat and then maybe do research or something. Maybe Greg is going to eat, and then she's going to research. Okay. Anyway, either way, they'll get there. It'll be fine. So basically, we need to do some research so we can start basically really getting this little colony up and running. Now, Greg here is chopping away at some stones. I appreciate that. We still have some more trees that we need to cut down. I'm going to go ahead and mark a few more trees for removal. So that'll be another 8. If we look up here in the top right-hand corner, we kind of have a quick view of the stuff that we have. So this is a nutrition value of food. This isn't the actual number of food items, so don't get too confused by that. Drinking water, that would be in units. We have some scrap, and we have some science research. If I go over here to my inventory, I can see that we actually have 32 wood and 16 stones. Now, if I bring... we don't have it just yet. Sorry, I need to wait until we have 10 research points, and then we'll be able to look into farming. Let's go ahead and crafting. We're going to queue up a couple of clubs right now. Now, I think Maria's going to do those. Yep, she just created them. And we can go ahead and assign Maria a weapon. We'll give her one of those clubs, and we're going to give Betty the other weapon. Again, these are our better fighters. Betty is our best fighter because she has a 1 in combat. Everyone else is a 0 or potentially a -0. I'm not really sure what's up with that, but minor details aside. Now, I am jumping a little ahead of where the game is doing things in terms of the order it's doing stuff, so pay no attention to me. Like I said, I've played this a little bit, so I kind of have an idea of some of the things we're going to be looking at early on. We need to do some research. As you can see, some stuff, there you go, some materials can only be found in special locations such as Hellgates. We'll get into a little more of that stuff later on. But as you can see, we have a pretty good size tech tree here. Some of the stuff is clearly in the game, like bow making, but some of the stuff like urban tactics is not yet in the game. As I said, starting this video off, it is an early access game. So not everything is done just yet. Now I clicked on farming and it automatically kicked us out here. And we're going to go ahead and put a farm, one right there. And what do I need? I need a little more wood to create a second one. So we do have enough trees queued up. We're going to need a few more after those are done. So let's go ahead and queue up another couple rows of trees. And there we go. Greg is going to take care of that. He is our builder, crafter, builder, farmer, whatever. I don't know. He does a variety of things. Greg is going to be kind of integral to our society here. If we're going to live, it's in part going to be because of Greg, because he's actually going to do all of the farming and he's going to keep everyone alive. Now you can see right now he's sowing seeds. That's basically what he's doing. There you go. He's planting seeds. And then Betty, I think, is going to go chop some more trees down. And if we watch the farm here, we're going to see seeds appear in it. There we go. So you can see the water now is starting to trickle down. So it's just going to keep popping down. The maturity is going to slowly rise. And that's a good thing because, you know, we need to grow our food. But that water is going to have to be refreshed. And of course, it's going to be refreshed by way of, well, the stuff we have here, which means we will then need to fetch water from the well. So you'll see why I ended up building so close to the well, because we're going to have so many people running, or one person primarily, I guess it depends, running back and forth to get water, that it's just going to be a necessity. Let's see, what else do we need? Most of those stones are going to be used, and as soon as we have enough wood, we will go ahead and take care of building a second farm, because 1 is not sufficient. 2 is actually going to be close. And Greg needs to go refill that with water, which he's going to do right now. Let's go ahead and increase our game speed a little bit. That way we can move things along a little better. Now, Maria here, let's take a look at our research. Now, we could keep on going here and go right into cooking, but I'm a little tempted to maybe instead go to woodworking or something along those lines. Or animal raising. We need to go into woodworking so we can make a sawmill before we can raise animals. So we'll go ahead and open up woodworking right now. That'll be fine. Kind of bothers me that Greg is our miner over here because this just isn't being kept up as well as I would like, which is a shame. See, there you go. It ran out of water again. Can we build another vegetable farm? Yes, we can. We're going to go ahead and queue that guy up. So, Greg, I think, you know what? Here, before I do anything else, let me change his priorities because I want him to farm before he builds. So I want him to refill the water on that guy. Ah, crud, he's going to go sleep. Ah, that's no good. Maybe Betty will do it? No. I haven't really adjusted their priorities yet. Looks like Greg is back awake. Okay, there we go. So he's going to go ahead and refill it with water. And you can see our water is just starting to drop now. It's going to go down quite a bit more just as, you know, the more we get stuff going here, the faster it's going to end up dropping. Something else we probably need to think about doing at some point. Here we go. Yes. So you can't eat raw food. You need to constantly prepare meals. So keep an eye on your water supply too. That's why I built us near the well. And then we need to craft a couple of clubs. We've already done that. So we also need to scavenge. So to do that, we need weapons. So yes, lots of clicking, lots of helpful stuff. Thank you. Appreciate that. There we go. I was about to say we're about to have a mission. Let's go ahead and pause. So we have the game paused right now. And you can see this little icon appeared up here. Stranger requires assistance. Rescue missions are launched from the world map. M would be the world map. If we look at this guy, then of course we get a little stuff here, kind of telling us some of the different things that we will see. Let's go ahead and click away, and I can actually show you that instead of have you read. So here is this little blue circle with the hand. That's the rescue mission that we were just given. If I click over to this guy, you can see there is one minor demon and one imp, no loot. But because it's a rescue mission, the loot is actually a person. But we can click to some of these other things, like this hospital. We can see 2 imps, 1 minor demon. There's some wool, some bread, some medicine. That could be critical. I mean, you never know. We have an industrial area over here, which has a bunch of scraps, an imp and some minor demons. We can click over to here to the suburbs, and we get a reaper. Those guys are really unfriendly. They can hurt you very quickly. And you can see there's some more stuff. Go over here to the military base. Ooh, a succubus. I have not faced a succubus yet. Weapon parts, oh, that could be really good too. Metals, yep, all sorts of good stuff over here. But there are a variety of different creatures. We haven't actually seen all of them yet. There's a werewolf. Oh, look at that. Get some herbs over there. Can go to a supermarket. There's a nice supermarket close by. That would be a good one to go to. We will probably go to that before long. We can get rid of 4 imps. They're not going to be a big threat. Man, yeah, there's actually some pretty good stuff nearby. But let's go ahead and let's send a rescue team. We're sending Maria and Betty. You can see right away, they're the ones who are armed. They both have clubs. That's their combat value, so a 1 and a 0. We can only send as many people as we have -1, which means we can send a maximum of, in this case, 2 people. We're leaving Greg at home because 1, he's not a fighter, because for whatever reason, his negatives, due to his various perks and things, leave him at a terrible, terrible combat value. So he's not very good for fighting. But that's okay. Betty and Maria will do the job, and they are going to do it quite well. Now you can see right now we have these little shields appearing on things. We're just kind of clicking around and moving quickly here. I'm just right-clicking. That's all it is. And this is very much a order-based system right now. If I don't do anything, they don't do anything. So this is all me controlling it. But this is very much a tactical combat system that we have going on. So when you see those little shields like that, that means they're getting a defense bonus for cover because they're in an area that has some protection. Now, the way with these missions play out, you're basically just walking around until you find whatever you're supposed to be killing, those various creatures that we saw earlier on. So whenever we start finding the imps and the minor demons and everything, oh, there we go. That's when we know we're going to be at the point that things are about ready to happen. So we're going to go ahead and have Betty. She's going to take cover over there. Now they'll just start attacking automatically. I don't need to do anything, but it is worth mentioning that positioning is something that makes a difference in this game. So you can flank, you can do a variety of different things like that. Look at that, we got some sulfur. Used in occult rituals and crafting. We get it by killing weaker demons. And Grace has joined the colony. That is our real loot. We got Grace. We saved her from these demons. But as I was saying, tactics do play into this game. That is absolutely something you need to be aware of. So let's go ahead and take a pause here and let's look at Grace. Come on, let's look at Grace. Oh, she's an even better farmer than Greg is. Okay. Now, she's also terrible at fighting, which is unfortunate, but she's a geek, so she's also going to be good at sciencing, which means she's really better than, well, Maria's already pretty good at science, so I guess her and Grace can fight it out. Grace is going to be our new primary farmer, though. That is for certain. Greg, I'm going to switch you down. Let's move your farming under there. We're going to go ahead and do that just for right now, and maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should leave him higher, maybe leave that under building, but I'm going to say it's good for now. We're going to go ahead and queue up a workbench because the workbench is actually going to allow us to make some new stuff too. Now, as you can see, we have our folks coming back from fighting. Maria here lost some health. And if we just watch it for a second here, she's at 85 health. That should go up over time. We don't need to do anything about that. She'll just gain a little bit of health back and she'll be okay. There we go. It is now up to 86, so it will go up on its own. Unfortunately, we still only have one bed, so they're all going to be juggling that one bed, which is kind of a shame. We don't have anything yet. I'm just checking to see how our farms are doing. That one actually... Oh, no, it's not ready. Never mind. Where is Grace? Did she... Oh, there she is. She's slowly making her way in, coming from the extreme edge of the map, so she's going to be tired already. There we go. She's at least working on the farm, so that's good. That's good, because Greg is now quarrying away. And then we also are probably going to need to queue up some fetch water. So let's see where we have your priorities. Science, research, mining, because someone's going to need to be on water fetching. Betty, are you going to be on water fetching? I'm okay with that. You're on crafting, fetching water, training, searching debris, mining, chopping trees. There are a lot of things you are not doing right away. Okay, I want to go ahead and plant some trees, so let's go to build. Don't necessarily need to be doing this right now. I just kind of feel like maybe we should. Now let's plant a small section of trees there. Greg's going to start working on that, which will be good. I mean, it's going to take a little while, and if we look at one of these trees here, let me let him move along a little more. You can see that, yeah, maturity of 7, it's worth 1 wood. Maturity of 8, yeah, it's going to take a while. I think Grace is going to come over here and work on these, maybe not. Survivor AI, yes, we can turn that off so they don't do things automatically, but that would, I think, be a bad idea. It's okay to let them do stuff. They're pretty smart about it. So there you go. You can see Grace got 15 vegetables from our farm. And yes, the game is going to start complaining about food as we are starting to get low. We're at about half of where we were originally. We started at around 3,500 or so. If we go up here to crafting, you'll see that we now have a new thing we can make. We can make salad. So we're going to queue up some salads. And I don't know who's going to make that. Greg, probably? Nope, not Greg. Maybe Betty. I think Betty's doing it. Yeah, because Betty is our crafter. So she's crafting food. That's where food falls under. And then Maria here is also crafting up food because she's pretty good at that as well. Look at that. These guys, oh man, this is a good team right here. They are working well together. We need to do something else. We need to go to crafting. We need to make a couple of bows. Or we need to make 1 bow, rather. We're going to need more wood. Let's queue up some more trees to chop down. Even as we are slowly queuing up more to be built, we need more to be chopped down. Ah, man. There is always something to do in this game. It's like, you know, it's like any of those other ones. There's always something to do. All right, I'm going to pause it because I want to look at where we are at in research. Let's go ahead and do animal raising. We're good with that. Brick making, I don't think we're going to be able to get there anytime soon. I am really curious. I have not yet unlocked bow making. I think I've done knives. I don't remember if I've done knives. Maybe I haven't. We don't have any metal either way, so it doesn't matter. Water conservation is not in the game. Water distribution is not in the game. Cooking wouldn't be a bad one because we're going to get better quality food and we also get a wheat farm. And the wheat farm actually is going to play into something a little later on. But I'm not going to tell you what that is just yet. I think first aid should probably be our next goal. And I accidentally clicked on something, didn't I? Oh, what did I click on? Because we had 71, I thought. Maybe not? Maybe I'm wrong and I didn't click on... Well, I know I did that one. Okay, whatever. I guess that was the only one I did. Never mind. I thought I did something else and we were missing a bunch. But no, we're good. We're good. Grace, you are still working on that. I think you're harvesting right now. Oh, nope. Come back. It's done. It only needed just enough water to get to 100. And then that one is coming along. Let's see how many she gets this time. I'm just kind of curious. Still 15. Okay, we'll go ahead and queue up some more salads there. There we go. They eat about 4 salads at a pop, so, you know, they go through this stuff pretty quickly. They really do. These trees are slowly coming along. I'm hopeful this will kind of keep us going for a while. Uh-oh. Looks like we have some enemies approaching. We're going to get attacked. Now, Greg, I'm going to say Greg is going to be our new fighter. So we're giving him a bow. That's right, we're going to go ahead and give him a bow because he's actually a little better than Grace is. Because Grace has a bunch of negatives on her combat. Look at that, she's a -3 essentially, whereas Greg is only technically a -1 if it works the way I think it does, which I think it works the way I think it does. I don't know, that doesn't really make sense now, does it? I don't know. But either way, we can actually kind of ignore these folks approaching for a while now. Oh, never mind. Now we can't. Now, Grace really does need a weapon, but I kind of ran out of wood. Oh, okay, so here we go. So now where it's kind of telling us about flanking and cover, which I've already kind of told you about. And we need to gather everyone up. I don't know if there's a quick button to gather everyone, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab everyone and highlight and move them all back. Now, Greg, obviously with the bow, is going to have some ranged abilities. Let's go ahead and put you over there. Ah, man, I guess I really need to put them over by the trees. That's going to give them better cover. Not much, but better than nothing. Grace, I need you in the back, and Greg, if I can select you, let's have you back over there. We're going to have Betty over there, and probably like so. And Greg, let's go ahead and move you up just to make sure you're in range. There we go. Looks like these guys are rolling in, and they should start smacking them. There we go. Got rid of the imp first. That's good. That means that I don't need to move everyone. They're already in pretty decent position. I know Maria's kind of out in the open, but it's okay. Early on, it doesn't matter too much because it's only one of each of those guys. It's not a big deal. Yeah, see, we need more wood so I can get her a bow. I mean, you know, she's not really much of a fighter, but if I can at least get her to the point where she can kind of contribute, that would be a good thing. Oh, look at her. She's awesome. She's on top of that farm. It's running out of water, and she's going to have it ready to go in nice short order. Pretty awesome. Chop some trees. I guess I really shouldn't... You know what? Well, no, yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's cancel these trees right here, and let's go ahead and target these trees instead. That'll be good. Greg, you are pulling the vegetables out, and you only get 13. Grace gets 15. So maybe we don't want Greg on farming after all. I mean, granted, he's going to be better than anyone else. Well, Grace aside, but man, Grace is quite the good farmer there. I'm liking her right now. She is going to give us the best chance of staying alive right now, really. She is. 45 research points. I'm just taking a look here. I think we're going to need a few more than that. Minerals. I'm not quite sure what happens, so I want to try something here. And let's do this. What happens if I don't know, did that do anything? I don't think it does. Yeah, I can't, I don't think I have a way to mine right now. I don't know where that one's going to open up. We should probably build some spiked barricades. I was thinking of that. Those and sandbags would be good. We don't have any wool, so that's not going to do any good. We should probably build a training area too. That would be good, which means we need a sawmill, which means we need more wood, which means we need more stones, which means we have a lot more work to do because we have only just begun. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm not sure how we're going to fare with everything here, but so far we're off to a pretty good start. Greg, go ahead and fill the water on that one. Thank you. Appreciate that. But for right now, we're going to have to call it an episode, so I will catch you on another one when we continue playing a little more Judgment Apocalypse Survival Simulation. So I'll see you on that one. Till then, thanks for watching. See you later.